Most bankers aren't ready to help you until after their third cup of coffee. But with Central National Bank's after-hours service, you don't have to wait for the bank lobby to open to get help. You can contact us from 6 to 8:30 in the morning or from 5 to 10 in the evening, and we'll connect you to a real, live, local person who can answer questions and fix problems 7 days a week. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC.
Caroline, you should tell them about the newest thing that Bloody Happy Hour is doing.
A Patreon.
It's a Patreon. What is that?
That means you're basically like a VIP member, and there's 2 different levels that you can, subscribe to, and you get some perks. You maybe get like merch a little earlier. You get
exclusive merch.
You could get first dibs on signing up for a live show. You get episodes with no commercials.
You get our video because our video is no longer available on YouTube. It is only on Patreon. And the most important to me is you get videos of our live shows. So if you are far away and you couldn't make our last live show, it will be on the website. We're going to record this future live show. It's going to be on Patreon, but also bonus episodes each month. You guys tell us all the time you want more episodes. This is a way for you to get more episodes. So you're going to get our basic Tuesday, Thursdays that we always put out, right? But if you're on a Patreon, you're VIP, you're going to get more.
I can't wait to talk about in detail some more stories because I always have a lot of details I want to go to. I can law-splain. I might read a book.
They just unsubscribed. This is also going to be the exclusive place that Dirty Chat is going to go to. So if that is breaking some of your hearts, just go ahead and subscribe now. In order to hear the full content, it's going to be Patreon. Where do they go again?
Patreon.com/BloodyHappyHour.
Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always be DTF.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey y'all, this is April.
And this is Caroline. And we're in a tornado.
We're basically in a tornado.
We don't know.
The 21st floor at the Alico.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, like we said, if we go, at least we're in good company.
Yes.
And I've already secured people to keep my dogs.
Okay.
And to take my house. So that's fine.
We really don't want it to be a tornado. A lot of people have lost a lot of things behind these tornadoes. These last couple of days, we had some right down the road. Temple, Belton,
know,
Killeen,
but I just
Dallas.
At least don't want my dogs to fly like in.
Oh, Toto.
Toto.
Parker would be like Toto.
Parky and Bruzy are both over there.
Oh, yeah, they gone.
Yeah, they gone.
Gone.
Oh, God bless them.
Okay.
Where are we going? Virginia.
Yes. We have a story that I'm not going to even say what we're talking about.
Okay, I'm going to try to guess.
Let's just say if you can guess it. Let's go to Virginia. And this is June of 1993. And we're in Manassas.
Oh, my favorite place.
June 1993, Manassas Police Department, it's about 5 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
They get a phone call from the local Manassas hospital that a man had just arrived. He was bleeding out, and the police needed to come and interview this man. So police get to the hospital, and the police were told that the man had his penis cut off.
Lorena Bobbitt.
When they looked at the man, sure enough, there was no penis, only a scrotum.
Oh, no. Balls only.
This is the story of Lorena and John Bobbitt.
Yes. And you know the best part is that her name is Bobbitt.
Bobbitt.
Get it?
Bobbitt. Okay. So they hear the story, and he says, my wife cut off my penis. So police and
He's
CSI
just saying that. Okay, great.
are like, we need to go to the apartment. Where's your apartment? They go to the apartment. Sure enough, there's blood all over the house. And they go in the bedroom, and there's a pool of blood on the mattress and a pair of like butt imprints, like his buttocks imprints, where he was sitting in his pool of blood for a while. And they were searching the house because they're looking for two things. What do you think they're looking for?
His fallacy, his penis.
Yeah. So guess
And
what?
what's the other thing?
Every
The
time we
knife.
say a penis or a penis substitute, we got to drink.
Okay. What is it called? A phall? It's a
A penis is called a fallacy? I thought a fallacy is
like a lie.
fact or fiction. They were looking for the knife, and they were looking for the penis, and they could not find either one. But what they do find is some pamphlets on the nightstand.
It is called a phallus. PHALLUS.
Okay, good job.
I'm so smart. Okay, go ahead.
They did see some pamphlets on the nightstand, and the pamphlets were about rape and about abuse.
Oh, no.
So they just kind of took pictures of everything. Crime scene was there, right? And then about this time, a 911 call comes in, and it was Lorena. And she called, and she had confessed to cutting off his penis. She said that she was driving down the road, and she had just realized that she had a penis in one hand and a knife in the other, and that it was hard to drive. She realized that she threw the penis out the window. And she was going back to her nail salon because she was a nail tech, and that's where she was. Okay? So top priority right now, they weren't even worried about arresting Lorena right now because they don't really know what's going on. But it's like Operation Let's Find the Penis. This is a bunch of men. This is 93. And they don't know how long they have to get it reattached. You know, blood flow only lasts for so long.
Yeah.
So she describes where she was when she throws it. And I think it was like Hightower Road. It's a road in Manassas. And so there's a search party.
Oh, there's a phallus search party.
As if they were looking for a dead body.
Well,
they are looking for a penis. You have police, you have CSI, you have firefighters, and they all searching for this penis in the field. Okay. So it's now coined the penis field. People still call it that to this day. Now, a firefighter finds it. Okay?
Pecker.
Finds it, but like everybody just stares at it.
The shaft.
Stares at it. Yes. Nobody wants to pick it up. It's a whole bunch of men.
Nobody wants to pick up the
penis
Johnson.
on the ground. Who's going to pick it up?
Detective Johnson.
Detective Johnson. So they're like, what do? We need the penis. We need the penis. Well, there's a 7-Eleven across the street. So I just feel like this is all men. There's no women around.
Officer Schlong comes over.
They go to the 7-Eleven and they get a hot dog.
Of course.
Carrier thing, the little hot dog cart. Carton.
Trooper Johnson takes it over.
And they put some ice on the little hot dog carrier. And they grab the little hot dog clamps that you get the little hot dog with the clamps. Yeah. They put the penis. They get the penis with the clamps, put it on the hot dog case, carrier cart thing on top of the ice. And they get it to the hospital.
You always need to put it on ice.
Put it on ice. And, I mean,
Detective Wood was like,
got it done. So they get it back to the hospital, and John Bobbitt has to go through a 9.5-hour reattachment surgery.
Oh, no. Oh.
Shit hits the fan with the news. This is
hell.
Because immediately everybody knows about everything. Now, Lorena is in the same hospital, and she is getting a rape kit. and she's being interviewed by the police.
Oh.
Meanwhile, the news finds out about everything, and this is the first time penis has been printed in the New York Times, local newspaper, and anything, and it is printed big, bold letters. It would be like clickbait right now. There wasn't the internet back then, but it would be like clickbait. And it's everywhere. Now, Lorena is getting interviewed at the hospital, and she told them that John, her husband, had come home drunk, like he always did, raped her, and turned over and fell asleep. And that is when she got up. She was crying. She was scared. She was distraught. She went to the kitchen to get a drink of water, and that is where she saw the knife. It was an 8 to 10 inch Jinsu knife.
Oh, my gosh.
And she says that she had to have blacked out because the next thing she remembers is driving down the road with the penis in her left hand and the knife in her right hand, holding on to the steering wheel.
She got a shaft in one hand and a tool in another hand.
Yes.
Wow.
She's double-fisting it.
She's literally double-fisting it, and she cannot even, she's like, oh my gosh, Officer Johnson, like I have wood in my hand.
I have wood in my hand. There's a whole lot of drinks. You guys need to be drinking. So the police and the hospital workers notice that John is drunk too, but they later say that like this actually helped him because when you're drunk, your pain tolerance is higher, so he didn't really feel the pain that he would have normally felt, and it really didn't even hit him.
I mean, how drunk was he? You
was
didn't
pretty
feel
plastered.
Your penis getting chopped off?
He didn't feel it to the extent that he probably would have felt it if he was not drunk.
Oh my gosh.
Now, Lorena was a little 90-pound Hispanic woman. She had immigrated over from Ecuador. She was a hairdresser and a nail technician. And John was a former Marine. They dated for a short time. He wined her. He dined her. He love-bombed her. And they got married, and then that is when she became like legal because she got a green card through him. She described a very abusive relationship. She said that he got drunk all the time. He would rape her. He would say that he owned her. He would physically abuse her. He would verbally abuse her, and says that he would say that she is only here in America because of him. And that she can go tell whoever she wants, but nobody's going to ever believe a woman over a man. And back then, that was the case.
Yep.
And especially an immigrant woman, he would say.
Oh, no.
She told him, she also told the police that she had gotten pregnant by accident one time, and he was so mad that he made her go get an abortion, like stood there in the hospital room and made it happen. Wow. So... but during this interview, she would also say something that would be very damning for her.
Oh, no.
She said, and this is her quote, "He always have orgasm. He never let me have orgasm. He is selfish." And then they arrested her. So,
okay, go ahead.
So, the news was printing now. Woman cuts off husband's penis because he did not let her orgasm. Yes.
Oh, I love the fake news.
I remember hearing all about this. I remember all the comedians talking about it. I had always thought he cheated on her and she cut off the penis. I never knew it was like a domestic case. Never knew until 2020 when I watched the actual movie. Now, comedians like Steve Harvey and Paul Iglesias and just every comedian had it. And of course it becomes little white penis, right? So then the jokes were like, can you imagine the search party? Okay, they're looking for a penis and Operation Find the Penis. And they know it's a white penis, so they pick up every cigarette butt that they can, mistaking it for a penis. And then they're like, but can you imagine if it's a black penis? They probably got to call in the forklift to come and get it and take it to the hospital. Like, it was just jokes after jokes after jokes. Now, dark humor.
So good.
Everybody was focused on the penis being cut off, but nobody gave a shit why. Nobody gave a shit what was the reasoning behind it.
No.
So Lorena decides she needs a lawyer, and really because John is actually clapping back. Like, he is like saying that he came home that day and told her that he wanted a divorce and that he refused to have sex with her. So she was mad. When he fell asleep, she was mad and chopped off his penis. And that he said he was not drunk at all. He also said that she was the breadwinner of the family because he couldn't keep a job, and that she was very controlling. So Lorena wasn't painted in great lights. Thunder. Now, the lawyer set up an interview. The lawyer's trying to get in front of this because he's like, I got to go to trial with her, and she's not looking very good in the media right now.
I mean, but she didn't kill him. She just chopped his penis off. So what is that? Like a
malicious wounding or something like that.
malicious pecker attack? I don't know.
He sets up an interview with Vanity Fair because people have been reaching out and wanting to interview her.
Yeah, they're like, how are you without your member?
Well, John
They got
has
attached
his
back, but like,
reattached.
does it still work the same way?
We'll get there.
Okay. Well, I mean, nowadays, like,
You can
well,
do
the
anything.
trans people, they can, you can get it chopped,
Grow your
and
own.
grow your own, and have your own little system of tubes and shit. So,
Ooh,
yeah,
I don't even want to picture that. I don't even want to picture this.
I don't either.
But okay, so interview with Vanity Fair, and he just kind of wanted to set things clear. So she described in this Vanity Fair interview how her words were twisted with the police, that she had very broken language, and so there's a language barrier. She couldn't really express herself very well in English, and she's kind of told her story, and her story humanized her a whole lot with women audiences and dads that had daughters. Kind of set the record straight. It stated how she was a talented beautician and a nail technician, and that she came here to live the American dream, and she'd like opened up a business by herself. Her and her mom was here. She met a soldier of her dreams. He wined her and dined her, and she was in love, and then it ended up being a nightmare. There was also a photo shoot with this Vanity Fair interview, and it was a swimsuit photo shoot, so randomly, but she was beautiful and like 95 pounds, so it humanized her and it beautitized her with the media, so it helped her
I need to
back
look her
then.
up.
And that is who we are as Americans, right? Like, if you're beautiful, then we can.
Oh, yeah.
We love
Yeah.
you a little bit more. So the rape kit comes back,
Okay.
and it does show that she did have sexual intercourse that night, but it doesn't really show that
Did she do
was
it
raped or
with-
not.
With the penis or with his body attached? We don't know.
Before it was taken off. It also came out that the police had been called to their house 4 times, but he is the one that called the police. He called the
Oh.
police on her, saying that he was in danger. And so all this stuff is coming out in the news, as all these things are going on. And then he's doing the interview saying how controlling and possessive she is. So he's painting a picture of a possessive immigrant Hispanic woman.
Oh, no.
Okay. So then people are like, could Lorena, who's the crazy one here? Is it John? Is it Lorena? Like, who is it? So there's 2 trials. John has to go to trial first for the marital rape, spousal rape, because she says, he raped me. This is why I did it.
Yeah.
So that's the trial that happens first. So he gets on and he tells the story. He gets up there and he's like, I'm going to some clubs. Me and my friend go to some clubs that night. And we had some drinks, but I wasn't drunk. And he changes his story on the stand. He says, yeah, we had sex that night, but Must not have been very good because I fell asleep in the middle of it.
And you got your penis. Okay, go ahead.
So then not only is he changing his story on the stand, he's also kind of degrading her while he's up there, saying she's lousy screw, I guess. She gets on and she tells her story, but the judge has ruled that she can't bring up anything in their marriage that happened before 5 days up to the penis day. So only 5 days. So all the other abuse that probably fueled her rage, couldn't bring it in.
Can't bring it in. Any priors.
Yes.
You can't talk about
Can't bring that up.
priors. Yeah.
Not at all. So the jury just hears things that happened 5 days before, which she was raped during that 5 days. So that got to come up. This trial was a big deal. Like, it was aired. People were selling merchandise outside of the courthouse with like boxers that said "cut it," and it had like blood stains on there. And like people are crazy now about stuff like that. They were even way back then. A psychologist gets on the stand and says that Lorena was actually not raped because he has two reasons why. Because one, her panties were cut off like with a knife or scissors, and they were not ripped. And what rapist is going to take the time to cut off the panties?
Who even cuts off your panties if you're married to them? So you've ever cut your panties off?
Nope,
Hell no.
Nope. And the other thing is that she, following the alleged rape, she did not act like a woman that was raped. So chopping off somebody's penis, I guess, is just total typical behavior.
Okay. There's something that had to happen to make you want to chop it off.
I would think.
Okay.
And in the state of Virginia at this time, you had to prove two things in order for it to be spousal rape. Or you had to be separated at the time. So you could not be living in the same house.
Okay.
And then two, the spouse had to leave significant damage, like bruising, cuts, bleeding, scrapes, or something. And neither of those two occurred. Okay. So needless to say, he was not convicted for spousal rape.
Mm-hmm.
And really, this wasn't even a thing back then. Virginia was one of like 3 states that even recognized that could be a thing. So it was even surprising that it even went to trial, but it was a waste of time because John got off. Now, John was celebrating because, that's who he is. After the trial, he went and lived on a ranch, and he was just riding horses, and he was calling the media out there so the media could see him on his horses. He went and visited the famous Howard Stern. Went on the Howard Stern show. Howard Stern should have been the key, like, cancel culture should have happened because of Howard Stern. Like, he was the best of the worst. I don't know if you ever watched any of the shows, but he could get away with any and everything.
Oh, yeah.
He made John strip naked and show his sewed back on penis, turn around in circles, paraded him around, and they did a fundraiser for him and raised $190,000 for his, it's not just one surgery. You have to keep going back and make sure blood flow's good. It's like ongoing treatment to make sure your penis
lifelong.
is right.
That's why you should keep your own organs and not change them.
So John was kind of getting a little famous. Okay.
Well, but nobody knows John Bobbitt. They all know Lorena Bobbitt.
He started selling his own merchandise.
Oh, was it Dictify? What was
it? Was severed parts, or it was Lorena Bobbitt for president, on a knife.
Oh my God.
Or it was
she
something about
doing
cuts. He went on Letterman. He went on Jimmy Fallon. He loved the fame. He was making money off of this. He was all about it.
Who cares about his penis? He's famous.
He's famous for his penis.
For his penis.
For his penis.
Or for his dismembered penis.
So, but we still have to have another trial because Lorena still has to be tried for what she did.
Yeah.
So it's January of 1994, and she's gone on trial for malicious wounding.
Okay. Wow.
And she was pleaded not guilty by temporary insanity.
Oh. Yep.
She, if convicted, she would be facing up to 20 years. They wanted to make a deal and say, just say I'm guilty and you'd only be facing 4 months. But she was like, no, like, he deserved this. He used and abused me for years, and I was insane during the time, basically. This trial was televised. It was humongous. There were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people outside the courthouse daily. People ordered more merchandise. There were women rights groups out there, and every Hispanic group ever. Oh, shit, I just changed my thing. Every Hispanic group, like, because she was from Ecuador, but like you had the Mexicans, the Venezuelans, the Colombians, because her immigration status had been brought up so much during this. And John was on the pedestal this whole time. Like, he was the one that was the famous one.
Yeah.
And so Lorena still looks like the crazy possessive immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they felt like they had to come and, like, back her up, support her. Okay, let me find my spot. Okay. Now, at this trial, though, all of the abuse was able to be brought in.
Mm-hmm.
There were like 53 people who testified in 8 days.
Wow.
Isn't that a lot of people for 8 days?
Yes.
Co-workers of Lorena, clients of Lorena, they testified that of her bruises, of her just randomly crying, goose eggs on her head, or they would testify that they would visibly see him shoving her around or choking her.
So what's abusive?
Calling her names, like stupid Latina. It also came out that of these 4 police calls to their house that he made, he was arrested and taken to jail for assault for one of them. So he called them when he was the aggressor. That couldn't come out in the first trial.
Lord.
Even some of John's friends testified against him. How he bragged about how he liked forced sex. He liked hearing her or his women scream and beg. He liked seeing them cry. He would come and he'd brag about it. And he even testified about how he would sodomize them.
Oh, lovely.
Sounds
so
great.
That's a great time.
He testifies that, so now she testifies, and she is shaking, she's trembling, she's visibly distraught. She just talks about how he would constantly threaten her immigration status. She admitted to having an abortion because he made her. She was ashamed of that. She said that she had recordings of the abuse because she felt like she wanted to leave him, but she needed proof of the abuse so that she did not get deported. But he found them and destroyed them. Oh, and that she was in the process of moving her stuff out to a neighbor's. She would just move a little bit at a time so that he wouldn't notice it. And that night was the first time that the day before he raped her, the day before the penis day, Dia de los Pinos,
Dia de los Pinos.
She went and tried to get a restraining protective order against him, and the cops just kind of shunned her. They were like, "Oh, we can't help you right now. Come back in about 5 hours." So
come back in 5 hours.
Yeah,
thanks. Appreciate it.
That night is when it happened, and that is the night that he raped her, but in her bum hole, which you deserve to get your penis cut off for everything else, but especially for that. And that she had said that when he had got home that night, he was drunk, and that a friend was staying on the couch, the friend that he went out with, and that he covered up her mouth so that the friend wouldn't hear her screaming and crying. And when he was done, he told her thank you and rolled over and went to sleep.
Oh.
That's when she saw the knife.
And that's when she was like,
and went blank.
F you, I'm chopping off your dick.
Chopping it off. She remembers driving. When she came to, she realized what she did, and she called the police, and she basically turned herself in.
Okay.
So, John testifies, yeah, I shoved her around because she pissed me off. Talks about it like it's no big deal. When they asked about his friends testifying against him, he was like, they probably took things out of context, but I don't really remember. I forgot. He was just being a tool about it. So one of John's...
Was he being a dick about it?
I was being a dick about it. One of John's experts said Lorena was not a victim at all. She was just angry because he was about to leave her.
Okay.
And
Thanks.
that we should not look at her like a victim.
Not at all.
At the same time this trial is going on, in the middle of this trial, there was more breaking news.
Gosh.
And it was the news of Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Hardin.
Oh.
So now it's two major things in the news. I remember it.
Oh,
I remember when that happened too. People were obsessed. They were so obsessed that they were calling and writing CNN because they were pissed that CNN was actually reporting news, like actual news, not Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding and penis story.
They don't do that anymore. But yeah, they do not report news anymore.
So, people were just obsessed. Now, professionals testified on Lorena's behalf that she actually had PTSD and that she had been through years and years of trauma. And after this last attack, that she finally fought back and attacked the person that had been attacking her for all these days. So, like, finally, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, John's expert that just 5 minutes before said that she was a very angry person came back and said, I changed my opinion. She was a victim and she had PTSD.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yes. So, jury deliberated for 3 hours, and they were 7-5 split. 7 of the women thought that she should be acquitted. The 5 men thought that she was guilty.
Well, yeah, of course.
But they weren't going to give up. They did not want a hung jury. So what they did is they went back. They were DTF. They were just down to like figure it all out. They went back to the jury chambers and they got the notes out and they did a whole reenactment of the night.
So did somebody get their penis chopped off during the reenactment?
And something happened during that reenactment that made everybody change their mind.
Okay.
Even the men. And what they said is that some people did not think she was temporarily insane at the time, thought she was probably more anger and revengeful, but thought that John deserved it so that she shouldn't get punished for it. Mm. So they all agreed that she should not be punished. And so she was not guilty by reason of temporary insanity.
Yes!
So yay. So because it was temporary insanity, she had to immediately go to a psychiatric hospital.
Oh, no.
For an evaluation to see how long she will need to be evaluated.
How long is she insane?
Shit, I hope everything's good.
Yeah. We're almost done.
So, she went to her psychiatric hospital. And the verdict was announced. And the public was 50-50 because John had so many fans. He had been on all the television. And he was a good-looking, all-American. Like, he was a soldier. He fought for our country as a Marine.
Marine.
And Lorena's first impression just was not very good. And people just could not get over that. So, 50-50. But, either way, John was like, I'm going to live my best life. So he continued to travel, and people were paying. He basically went on a tour. People were paying him to come to their cities, to their states, to their towns.
To see his penis?
To judge Lorena Bobbitt lookalike contests.
Oh, my gosh.
So they would hold Lorena Bobbitt lookalike contests. They would pay him and fly him down there, and he would be the judge. He was also, people were so obsessed with his underwear that he would sell his underwear online.
Oh, my God.
I'm not done. He did more and more interviews, and he even started a band called Severed Parts.
Oh, no. Well, he's capitalizing on it. I mean, come on.
He didn't make much money off the band.
I just want to know if his member worked and if he got anybody else pregnant.
Yes and yes. Because what he does next is he joins the porn industry.
Oh.
His verse porn video comes out, and it's called John Wayne Bobbitt's Uncut. And the worst part is he is himself, John Wayne Bobbitt, but his partner is a little short, tiny Hispanic woman named Lorena that has broken English and is very innocent, and the sex is very violent.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst.
I can't.
So he just wanted everybody to know that his penis is fully functioning.
Okay,
and so
good
why
job.
not record it and put it on video where everybody can see it? They even did a red carpet event for the opening of the porn where
Of course,
people and celebrities, famous celebrities came to watch this.
Well, they're very degenerate, those celebrities. They are very promiscuous and disgusting and gross and vile.
He got so popular that he ended up hiring a manager to manage his tours, his visits, his porn recordings and all this stuff. But if you believe in karma,
Ooh.
the manager screws him over and takes all of his money.
Oh, no.
John doesn't get shit, and he ends up having to file bankruptcy.
Oh, no.
I know.
I'm so sorry for you.
So then he moves to Vegas and he becomes a reverend, and he marries people in those little chapels.
Oh, my gosh.
And I guess he makes enough money to get a penis extension. As if he hasn't been operated on his penis. He's obsessed. So the penis extension does not go very well. It's a botched surgery.
Oh.
So his next porn video is now John Wayne Bobbitt's Frankenpenis.
Oh, my
Because
God.
it's all scarred up and tall and lanky like Frankenstein. And his porn career was over after
your
that.
porn career is over.
Done.
Bro, you're done.
He ends up having a son with a stripper that's a 22-year-old stripper who he beats and goes to jail for 15 days. But people still love him because in 1998, he goes on WWF, back then, wrestling, and he is paired up with, it's John Wayne Bobbitt and his famous penis against wrestler Venus and Penis.
Venus and Penis. Wow.
In 1999, he was arrested for robbery.
Oh, my God.
And he gets married, but he beats her and gets divorced again. 2014, he's in a bad car accident, is in an ICU for a long time, fighting for his life. And nothing really changes. He works a ton of shitty jobs. And in 2024, all of his toes get amputated because after being exposed to the toxic waters of Camp Lejeune. Have you seen those commercials?
No.
He served wherever Camp Lejeune was in 1980.
Oh.
So all these commercials that come up, it says if you were
whatever
at Camp Lejeune,
victim of Camp Lejeune,
yeah, you are entitled to compensation.
Yes.
So he's probably part of
So
that.
his toes fell off
His
because
toes.
of
And he's no longer able to work because he don't have any toes.
wait, what? What did they?
He had like horrible. He got some type of disease, which is probably more from the porn industry.
Probably spread to his damn toes.
Yes.
Probably all this penis surgeries and that penis enlargement shit.
But you can still like see him out and about. He is known for wearing his Harley jacket and his favorite hat, which is Trump 2020 hat. I had to put that in, especially on today.
Trump 2024.
I know he probably needs to update it. So Lorena actually went back to her maiden name. So after she got out of her psychiatric hospital, she lived a low-profile life because she was being humiliated all over the media. She started a Red Wagon organization, about domestic violence. She's helping families. She's a public speaker on domestic violence. She does advocacy work. She did not get remarried, but she's been in a long relationship with Dave Bellinger, probably related to,
Yeah, Casey
and yeah.
and Chip. Yeah, it's probably like their cousin.
And they have a daughter together.
Oh my gosh.
She just got a book deal in 2022, and she's estimated over $700,000. So
Get it,
she's
Lorena.
done well for herself. The only time they've ever been seen together is on the Oprah Winfrey Show in 2009, where she wanted nothing to do with him, but he did go on stage and apologize to everybody and
Don't
said
care.
that he's still in love with her and
Don't
sends her Valentine's flowers and cards every
Don't
year.
send. Don't send it. We don't care.
2020 Lifetime came out with a movie called I Am Lorena. And on Amazon, there is a 4-part series called Lorena, and she is opened up and talking about her story for abuse. That is the story of Lorena and John Bobbitt.
Wow.
Would you have thought? Did you know it was about domestic abuse?
No.
No. What did you think it was about?
I don't.
An angry
really-
woman?
Yeah, she just got real mad at him and just like chopped his penis off. And,
Yes.
But I didn't know she like was driving around with knife and a fallacy in her hand or whatever, and like
Yes.
throwing out the window and they had to search for it. They thought it was a secret.
And then he joined the porn industry.
Wow.
That was the best
we've
worst
been needing
part.
to do that story for a long time. That was perfect.
Okay, there you go. No murder today, actually. Just a lot of penis. Take a drink.
Just
take a drink.
lot of
take
penis
a drink.
and go and get you some of that.
Men never pick up a Jinsu knife without thinking about Lorena Bobbitt again. Okay, don't forget to
Stay aware
stay alive.
and always be DTF.
Bye, y'all.
Goodbye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.